I'm here with Anastasiia Hurtova, Chicago broker extraordinaire, part of the Ben Lawless team. We're both from the Ben Lawless team. Wanted to do a little interview with you. We sit next to each other 4 to 5 days a week in the office now for solid year and a half, if not 2 years.
I was born and raised in Ukraine, as you know. Moved to Chicago in 2017 to get my master's in law. I went to Chicago Kent. After I graduated, I worked at law firms in Chicago. In 2020, during the time when many people were going through career changes, life changes, I decided to make a change for myself and go into real estate. And ever since, I've been in the business. It's almost 5 years. 2.5 years was the Ben Lawless team.
Why did you switch?
I never liked law. You know, just like any 17-year-old person graduating high school, I had no idea what I really wanted to do with my life.
So why come to the States? What got you? Did you come by yourself? How'd you come over here?
I came to the States in 2016 first for the summer as a part of a work and travel program, which is like the special program for international students that allows you
But
to
how does
come.
that come about? Like, I'm a Chicagoan. I never was like, oh, I'm gonna go to London to go get a law degree. Like, how does that come about? Where's that come from?
I mean, just like any kid in the 90s, I grew up watching American movies. You know, listening to songs and watching movies and shows, and making it to America has always been, you know, one of the goals or aspirations. You know, at least come visit and see if it's the same as they show in the movies. So I came to Florida for the summer to work, and I liked it so much. It was like in the movies, you know, beautiful houses, beautiful manicured lawns and no fences, and everything, the sun was shining and everything looked so nice that I wanted to stay. I found this master's program, law program, which would allow me to come to Chicago to get my master's in law.
So you came over here by yourself?
I came over here by myself. I knew one person. I only knew that professor. Not like we were close or friends or anything, but that was...
You just knew a person.
Correct. I knew
So
a
where
person.
did you stay?
We started researching housing for me online, trying to find a suitable option. I remember looking at the map of Chicago and I'm like, I have no idea like where to go. Where to look for apartments. There was an option to get like a room in the dorm, but that also seemed to be really expensive. I think it was $800 or $900 per month for just
A dorm room?
a dorm room, which I think was also shared with another person. So it was just like a bed. And so I was like, I'm not sure about that. Let me see what I can find. And so we were able to actually find a room for me in a private house of a person that lived in Oak Park.
Shut up.
Yeah. When I moved to Chicago, I first came to Oak Park.
I'm learning so much.
So the idea of having to like come to Chicago across the ocean by myself, not knowing a single person, and have to like figure out where to get furniture, how to like put it together, and then like how, like it was just too much.
You talked about green yards, nice homes, setbacks, sunshine. What was it like growing up in Ukraine? Why is it that you wanted to leave there to come here? And tell us what it's like living here now as there's a war in the Ukraine.
You know, growing up in Ukraine was great. When I was born in my childhood was wonderful, but right before, I guess I was born, and right when a few years before in the 90s, it wasn't a pretty time. So for my parents, it was a very challenging time to go through their like adulthood and navigate, you know, their life when right after the Soviet Union collapsed and there was this huge change going throughout the region and in the country, and the economy was changing. And I will tell you this, people are still in a survival mode in Ukraine. There is no comfort zone. The reason I see a lot of Ukrainians moving to Chicago now and in the last couple of years and starting their own businesses or whatever it is they do, they look for opportunities and they look for work, and they know that they can't just sit and wait for someone to come and save them and provide them with some support, etc. Like my mom first like tried a banana when she was like 13 years old or something like that, because it wasn't common to have it. I remember like in my childhood, we only had like pineapple for New Year's. you would only have it like once a year. It was like a special thing. Right? Like Coca-Cola, we only bought it for New Year's too, or for like major holidays.
Because it was so expensive, or it was hard to come by?
Both. There's the hustle culture. If it's not giving you strong enough income, and in a country where economy is unstable and currency is always unstable, so you're in a very unstable economy where you have to hustle and look for opportunities and look for work, and you have to have that entrepreneurial mindset.
And this is where I'm going with all this, and that is, you're 29. You put that on your social media today. Anastasiia is a mature soul, and this chick has grit. You got grit. You got work ethic. And I'm always fascinated by young adults when they have grit, when they're hungry, and especially, when you don't have dependents. You came here by yourself as a very young woman.
21. I was 21 when I moved to Chicago.
And I'm fascinated by where work ethic comes from, where grit comes from. I've hired lots of young adults, and they're like, when do you take a day off? When do you take a break? What's the work balance here?
There's no balance.
And so I'm always fascinated by people who have it and people who don't have it and where it comes from. And so that's why I was kind of digging deep, right? Like, I see this in a lot of first generation over, right? And it's interesting to see a young adult female professional to come over have the type of grit that you have. So tell me, what's your why?
Oh man, good question.
It's on your business plan.
I know.
Shit should roll off.
My why is I want to achieve financial independence. I want to live the life, not just survive through it. I want to thrive. I want to be able to travel and not worry about how I'm going to support myself and my family. I don't have a sense of security that some people might have here, who were maybe born here and have, family. If I don't work, or if something happens, I don't have my parents' basement to go to and, survive a storm in my life. Right? I don't have that luxury. I know that if something happens, I cannot call. I don't have anybody to rely on. I'm
not like you. I couldn't go to Ukraine, learn a new language, and succeed, because I still cannot understand phonics. It's a learning curve, a learning issue that I have. But I was always told I wasn't smart enough, I wasn't good enough, and I could have buried my head in the sand. But part of this is organic. Part of this is the work ethic that was driven into me, and part of it was, when you tell me no, I'm going to fucking prove you wrong.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of people tell me I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough. And I just love nothing better than prove them wrong. But this is probably another reason why I'm fascinated with this topic. And I think what's great here, whether you listen to me, listen to Anastasiia or whatever, I can tell you, if you work with either of us, you're going to have a great experience as buying, selling, or invest in real estate. But it's awesome to be a part and watch you grow and excel, because I think to date this year, you're at 15, 18 million in sales?
19.2, I think.
19.2, and she's only been doing it 5 years, and she's been only in the States 9 years?
8, yeah, 9, 8, yeah.
I think she's on her way, if not already, financially independent.
We'll get there.
All right. Any final words?
Thank you, Mark. This was fun. I always like talking to you, and I appreciate your insights in the office and outside of it.
Of course. My pleasure.